Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Magical, and today I wanted to make a video defending As Told by Kenya, who is one of my most favorite new YouTubers. I think she's very authentic, and I really love authenticity in people. I try to be just real, and I love just turning on the camera and talking, and I feel like Kenya does the same thing as me in a lot of ways. And I like how she's telling it like it is, and I like that she's very honest. I just like that she's so authentic. So when I was watching As Told by Kenya's video called James Charles is Suing Me, and I saw that a lot of people were leaving Kenya a lot of hate comments about saying, well, Kenya said in her video called James Charles is Suing Me that she thinks that jobs are like slavery. Like she basically said, I hate all jobs. All jobs are slavery. And I couldn't agree more. I'm just gonna say this. This is just my opinion. I know everyone watching this video is going to have a different opinion from me, but just hear me out for a second, okay? This is why I agree with her. I'm coming to you from the perspective of someone who believes in the law of attraction, in the laws of the universe. I'm a very spiritual, new agey kind of person, okay? It doesn't matter if you don't believe in any of that stuff, but it's how the universe works. That's what I believe, anyway. I know everyone else has different beliefs from me, but I believe that the universe works by the law of attraction. And I actually have a video explaining how to test out the law of attraction, and I also have another video explaining what the law of attraction is that you can click on in the description that is below this video right now if you want to know more about those topics, to kind of give you more of my perspective on Kenya in her videos and saying that jobs are slavery. You should probably watch those videos to understand why I feel like I agree with her. I'm a person who follows Abraham Hicks. She's one of my favorite teachers, and she talks about how the universe is actually a lot more abundant than we give it credit to being. A lot of people see. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put myself in the shoes of someone who watched Kenya's video and left a hate comment. If I was someone who was working 12 to 15 hours a day every single day, or 6 days a week, or even 5 days a week, even 4 days a week, that's a lot of hours. And if I was the type of person who had a lot of views about entitlement, I would look at someone like Kenya, who just got a recently successful YouTube channel. She's doing pretty well financially. She's got a boyfriend who takes care of her financially for the most part. However, I will say that Kenya did a really great job of defending the point that a lot of people were making. A lot of people were saying that Kenya is just mooching off of her boyfriend. And I disagree. She actually literally said in her video that she was willfully unemployed after college because she was lucky enough to have a boyfriend that wanted to help her out financially and I guess pay all of the bills for the most part. I don't really know how many bills she pays or doesn't pay. She didn't say in her video, Kenya did not say in her video, if she pays any bills at all or if she does not pay any bills at all. So I really don't know how many bills Kenya pays or doesn't pay. Now, this is just my opinion. Kenya said in her video, James Charles is Suing Me, that her boyfriend was willing to help her out financially. So she said she's blessed to have a boyfriend that pays for pretty much everything. But she said that after college, she decided to be willfully employed anyway. So it's not like she's just mooching off of her boyfriend, because she decided to go get a job anyway, even though she had a boyfriend who was willing to pay for her to do everything. If she was like some moocher or gold digger who just didn't really care about her boyfriend, like, she would just be with him for the money. But you can tell that she really loves her boyfriend. She just is feeling lucky that he's willing to help her out financially. And she still went and got a job, even though she didn't have to, because she had a guy who was willing to take care of her. And I mean, I do think it's important to be financially independent from men. I'm a feminist, and I'm not going to judge anyone who wants to have their man take care of them financially in every way. Like, I'm not going to judge you if that's what you want. Like, a lot of people want that. A lot of people are more traditional or like the idea of being taken care of. And I like being taken care of in a lot of other ways. But I do I'm different from Kenya. So I'm not going to sit up here and judge her, and I don't think anyone else should judge her for liking that her boyfriend helps her out financially. And also, you shouldn't judge Kenya because she said in the video that she got a job anyway, even though her boyfriend's helping her out financially. So how does that make her a moocher when it doesn't make her a moocher to me? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Kenya's not a moocher. Kenya is not a moocher. Kenya is not a gold digger or a moocher. She got a job anyway, even though she didn't have to. And Kenya is so smart. She wants to be a lawyer. So I think she's actually planning on going back to school to be a lawyer, or she's already in school to be a lawyer. So it's not like Kenya is just sitting around with no ambitions, lazy, I don't want to do anything, let my boyfriend take care of everything. No, that's not Kenya at all. She has lots of ambitions. How many of you guys who love hate comments are like thinking about these kinds of things when you say these mean things? I honestly don't understand why people say mean things on the internet. And I'm going to make a video about this and the whole cancel culture thing and people who leave hate comments and death threats and things like that on videos, because I'm telling you, people that say hate comments are not happy people. Like, if you are leaving a hate comment about someone who is not like a murderer or a rapist or someone who did not do anything like really terrible in this life, then if you're leaving a hate comment about like someone saying that jobs are slavery, you're not a very happy person. And I'm going to go back into putting myself into the shoes of the people that leave hate comments, that left the hate comments on Kenya's videos when she said that she thinks jobs are slavery. So if I'm a person who's working, like, I'm just putting myself in your shoes. Okay, if I'm a person who's working 15 hours a day, like 7 days a week, this is my life. I'm miserable. I hate my job. Maybe you love your job. Maybe you're a high-powered lawyer, or you're high-powered in a corporate office or something. So maybe you love your job. But I'm going to just put myself into the shoes of someone who works 15 hours a day or 12 hours a day or something like that. Or even 10 hours or 9 hours a day, 6 days a week. That's kind of a lot. Like, I'm in your shoes, and I would probably, like, if I'm someone who doesn't like my job, I'm miserable. So when I see someone like Kenya, who's got a recently booming YouTube channel, complaining about working 2 days a week, I'm feeling like, please don't be mad at me for just telling you like my opinion on this. I'm probably feeling jealousy. I'm probably feeling really jealous. Like, I don't like how this girl, Kenya, is just sitting around. She's a spoiled brat complaining about working 2 days a week when my ass has to get up at 5 a.m. every day. I'm stuck at work from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. and she's complaining about 2 days and calling it slavery. You get paid, honey. It's not slavery. Or like the people who were poor and can't get a job, they're thinking, she's complaining about working 2 days a week. Do you know how much I would kill to be able to get a job? I'm broke. I'm poor. I'm miserable. I wish that I could have a job. If I had a job like Kenya, even if it's only 2 days, I wouldn't complain about it. I would be grateful. Kenya should be grateful. She's so entitled, complaining. Like, someone said something like, you don't even have to be, like, everyone was just, like, saying that it's, like, she sounds privileged and bratty and spoiled and entitled. And here's my take on all of that stuff. From the perspective of source or the universe, or from the perspective of someone who understands the laws of the universe and someone who understands that the earth, this planet, this whole life is actually always working according to the law of attraction anyway. So I'm just going to tell everyone, like, a lot of people think that we need to compete for jobs and that there's not enough to go around. Everyone thinks that there's not enough jobs or money to go around because you look at things like the 1% have all this money and then the rest of us don't have any of it, but that's not actually the case. If you will even just watch some Abraham Hicks videos, she'll talk about this. She talks about how there's actually enough jobs and money and abundance for everyone. But you're not going to experience getting all the money that you want and all the jobs that you want because you're too busy leaving hate comments and being mad about people who sound entitled and bratty. And it's actually those negative beliefs that you hold about thinking that there's not enough jobs to go around when that's not actually true. Life is actually going to be experienced by you according to what you believe. So if you believe that there's not enough jobs to go around and that you can't get a job, then there will always not be enough jobs to go around for you. You're not going to be able to get a job because you believe that. Whatever you believe on the inside is what your life will become on the outside. And that's how you can change your reality. So, with that being said, that's kind of the issue with the world and capitalism, which Kenya also mentions, is that people think that they're just focused on their sucky jobs and capitalism sucks and things like that. And I really just have to say, like, that's actually why everyone hates their jobs. That's why everyone is working way harder than they need to. It's actually because your beliefs are creating that reality for you. So if you could change your beliefs to be that I can find a job, if you could say to yourself and actually really come to believe I can find a job and that there are enough jobs to go around, I always have enough money to pay all of my bills, and that there's tons of money to go around for everyone. If everyone believed those things, then there would always be enough jobs to go around. Everyone would always have enough money. In fact, everyone could be extraordinarily rich if everyone wanted to be. If everyone I mean, I'm saying everyone, I mean, yeah, obviously pretty much everyone wants to be rich. But what I'm saying is that if everyone believed that everyone could be extraordinarily rich, if everyone truly believed that, then we wouldn't have poverty anymore. The reality would change to be a reality where it our beliefs change the reality. So reality would actually have to change to match our beliefs. And that's how the law of attraction works. Your reality will change according to your beliefs as you change your beliefs. And I just want to say that to everyone to make you understand. Okay, so when you leave the hate comments and you complain about your jobs, it's actually creating more pain for you. It's actually creating more lack of jobs and lack of money in your life every time you complain about your job. You are changing your reality to reflect more lack of jobs and more lack of money to match the beliefs and things that you keep focusing on and thinking about with your energy. It's kind of like karma. The law of attraction kind of works like karma. Like what you put out, you get back. So all of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions and beliefs that you have make up your overall energy. And so if you're putting out over and over again, I can't get a job, I don't have enough money, I'm mad at Kenya because she has a job, I'm leaving a hate comment because I can't get a job, and here's Kenya complaining about it, she's so entitled, rich people are so entitled, why do I have to be miserable and work all day? When you do that, the universe literally says, your wish is my command. More no job for you. More no money for you. More being mad at everyone and not happy in your life for you. So unfortunately, that's how the world actually works. If you didn't know that, that's why, like, once you know that though, you can change things. Once you stop complaining about things, you can change your reality in your life. And soon you'll be able to get a job and get money and all the things that you want. But I'm just telling you guys, I'm telling you, if you're the type of person that's always complaining about money and never having a job, then that's why you can't get a job. And I'm telling you, if you would literally just stop doing that, if you would literally start changing all of your thoughts and beliefs and start only talking about how I'm going to get a job. I'm going to get a job, and and if you start talking about your life the way that you want it to be, I'm telling you guys, within a few months to a year, your life would be that way. If you really believed those things and you tried to be a happy person more often than not for most of the time of your life, then you will change your life to be that way. That's like what happened to me. Like, I was always like, whoops, I turned my camera around. I was always like broke. But then as soon as I really started doing these things, as soon as I stopped complaining about money and stopped feeling so anxious about not having any money, and I started telling the story, I would literally write down in my journal, I have enough money to pay all of my bills and buy everything that I need and want the most. And once I started telling the story of my life the way I wanted to be instead of the way that it is, my life changed and I got more money in a 30-day period than I've ever gotten before in my life. And I finally had some evidence to tell people, oh my gosh, the law of attraction actually works. And I always knew it worked. But the thing is, I couldn't really manifest the money because I wasn't really using the law of attraction right. Like, I was always trying to focus on getting more money and changing my beliefs, but I was still feeling a lot of anxiety about not having enough money. And I was still kind of complaining in my head about my job and not having the job I want and not having enough money. I would have those thoughts in my mind, and and having those thoughts is why I kept experiencing that in my life over and over again. I kept experiencing not having enough money until I finally decided I'm going to only talk about my life the way I want it to be. I'm going to stop complaining about money in my thoughts and out loud, and I'm going to try to focus on rich people and people who have money or a comfortable lifestyle. You don't necessarily have to want a lot of money to do this, but like I just decided I'm going to start looking at people who have, you know, a nice lifestyle or a comfortable lifestyle. And I'm going to start looking at people I decided I'm going to start looking at people like Kenya as not entitled, but what I hope to have. I would start being happy for people like Kenya. Like, oh my gosh, she's finally successful. And now she doesn't even need that job that she only works at 2 days a week. And I'm not going to think of her as entitled. I'm going to think of her as successful. I'm going to admire that success, because when you admire other people's success, you will be successful eventually. But if you look at people who have things and you want them and you're mad that they have this and they're not grateful and things like, and you think they're not grateful and you think they're entitled, when you look at people like that, it actually sets you up for failure. It actually sets you up to have a lack of success, because you're putting out the energy of, I don't like that they're successful, I want to be successful. So you're going to get that same energy back. You're going to see more over and over again in your life, as you keep looking at people who have things you want that you don't have, and you keep focusing on them if you focus on them in a jealous way, basically, then you're going to always have something to be jealous about. You're never going to get the success. I'm telling you guys this stuff not so that you can be mad at me or say, so you're telling me it's all my fault. I don't want anyone to feel bad about themselves or think, you know, that their lives are miserable and just like be depressed about it. Like, that's not the point of this video. I'm telling you all of this stuff so that you will stop leaving the hate comments and complaining about your jobs. Even Kenya, I think she should really stop complaining about her job so that she can find more satisfaction in her life. There's nothing wrong with complaining about your job if you do it. I'm just telling you that when you complain about your job, and Kenya, when you complain about your job, and when you focus on the success that other people have in a jealous way, and when you leave hate comments, and when you call people entitled, and you're mad at other people's entitlement, and you call people spoiled, you will attract all that energy back to you, and you're going to see over and over again that you're never going to be able to get the success and the money and the nice jobs that you want. So I'm telling you guys all this stuff so that you will get the nice jobs and the money that you want. And the only way that you're going to get the nice jobs and the money that you want and all the success that you want is if you please just stop complaining and being jealous and leaving hate comments. Then you will get all the money and success and the nice jobs that you want. So I'm telling you guys all this stuff to help you, because I want to see everyone be successful. I want to see everyone have nice jobs. I want to see everyone be able to quit the job that they hate and do the job that they love. I want to see everyone do the job that they're passionate about for a living. Like, if you want to do YouTube, I want to see you thriving in YouTube. And I'm telling you guys all of this stuff because I'm telling you, as soon as you stop looking at people like Kenya in a jealous way, as soon as you stop leaving the hate comments, as soon as you stop complaining about your job, as soon as you stop saying things like, I can't get a job, as soon as you stop saying things like, I don't have enough money, as soon as you stop saying things like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills this month, and you consistently stop saying all of those things, and you consistently tell the story of your life the way that you want it to be, especially if you write it down in a journal, especially if you write about your life the way that you want your life to be instead of the way that it actually is in reality every single day. I'm telling you guys, within a few months to a year, most of you guys, if you can consistently do this stuff that I'm talking about in this video, if you can consistently do that for a year, your life will change positively in so many ways. You will get better jobs. You could even get your dream job in a year if you will do this. Like in a year at the most, probably. If you do this consistently, most of you guys will probably be able to get your dream job in like a year, or at least a much better job in a year if you're consistently doing this stuff. Like, I'm telling you, the only way that you're gonna know that I'm not like wrong and that I don't know what I'm talking about and this is bullshit, what's this girl talking about? The only way that you're going to know that this stuff works, that the law of attraction works, that the energy you put out really does come back to you, the only way you're going to know that I'm not full of crap is if you actually test out what I'm talking about here. So, like, I don't want to like self-promote myself a whole bunch in this video. That's not the point. I'm trying to help you guys get everything that you want in life. Like, I really want to see everyone be successful. And it just makes me sad to see so many people leaving hate comments and complaining and being miserable when they don't have to be, if they would only know this stuff. Like, if everyone only knew about the law of attraction and that if everyone just tested it out and saw that it worked, then everyone's lives would be so much happier. And that's what I want. That's the whole goal of this video. And that's why I want you to click on the description in the bottom of the video, because when you actually test out the law of attraction, you're going to see that it works. And then you're going to have a much happier life. So like, I don't want to like promote myself in the link that I just talked about being in the description. Like, but if you actually test it out, like, just try it, please. Just try it. Just test out and see if the law of attraction works. And then when you see that it works and you consistently, effectively use the law of attraction, I'm telling you guys, you're going to get much nicer jobs. You're going to eventually get your dream job. You're going to get a lot more money. And you're not going to have to be stuck working in these dead-end 15-hour-a-day jobs that you hate. And you'll escape from poverty. That's kind of my goal with my whole channel, is to help everyone escape from poverty eventually. But I know that not everyone is going to believe in this stuff. But you know what? That's why I want you to click on the link, because like the link in the description to the video that I just talked about where you can test out the law of attraction. I have that link in my description, and I want everyone to test out the law of attraction to see that it works. And then when you know that it works, you'll get more and more evidence that it works and that you can use it to get jobs and money and all kinds of things that you want. But the only way that anyone's ever going to actually believe this stuff is if you test it out. So that's why I'm like promoting this link in my description to that video about how to test out the law of attraction so much. Like, I just really want to help people. Like, yeah, it's getting dark out, and please stop hating on Kenya. I love you, Kenya, and like, you're very inspiring to me. And you know, I think jobs are slavery. I don't think I touched on that in the video yet. I think jobs are slavery for everything that I just talked about, and like for all the reasons I just talked about in this video, which is that you don't actually have to live that way when you know about the law of attraction and you practice the law of attraction and you start getting really effective at using the law of attraction. You don't actually have to be stuck in jobs that feel like slavery. And I think the jobs are slavery because of the fact that you don't actually have to do jobs that you don't want to do. And I think that if you're in a job that you don't want to do, I personally think of that as slavery in a way. It's not like slavery like as serious as like, 400 years ago slavery when black people were in chains and things like that. No, it's not that serious of a form of slavery. It's more like it makes me think of the Matrix, like a Matrix form of slavery. Because think about it, like in the Matrix, Neo and everyone else, they were like in slavery in the sense that they were controlled by like this matrix reality that they had no idea wasn't actually the way that life is. And that's the way that the law of attraction feels like, and that everything that I'm talking about in this video feels like when, like how I know that the law of attraction version, that no one has to be suffering this way, and that everyone else who doesn't know about the law of attraction is kind of like in the matrix still, and they still don't know that the matrix isn't actually reality, and that they don't have to live that way, that you can choose to wake up. That's how I feel. And that's why I feel like jobs are slavery, because it kind of enslaves you to doing something that you don't even need to be doing when you can use the law of attraction to not have to be stuck doing a job you don't want to do. So that's why it's slavery to me, because you're not free to just leave when you want to, and you're not free in the sense that you know that you can use law of attraction to have a better life. So that's why I think jobs are slavery. That feels like slavery to me. That doesn't feel like freedom. I don't think a job, I mean, when I say a job, I mean I don't think a job that you don't like is, I feel like a job that you don't like is slavery. So, but I feel like a job that you do actually love and enjoy is not actually slavery. Because it's freedom when you can do something that you love or at least like for a living. But I want everyone to do what you love for a living, because that's true freedom. And if you're doing anything that you don't like for a living, I think that's slavery. I think it's slavery in like a matrix style sense of the word slavery. Like you are enslaved to your employer in the sense that you can't go wherever you want to go when you want to go there. Like I just think, like, how is that not slavery? If you're not free to leave when you want to leave, and you don't want to be there and you don't like this job, then how is that not slavery? And I think people should just be honest with themselves with the fact that jobs are actually slavery. They just are jobs just are slavery. I think that's literally what Kenya said in her video, and I think that's a great way to end this video before it gets too dark. Bye.